Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm Joe PT, and for today what we have here is MotoGP 17. So MotoGP 17 is still developed by Milestones and they are using, like always, their in-house engine. So for this video I will be trying 2 circuits. Each circuit will have 3 laps, but I will only do 2 laps because I don't want to be in here losing time. And I will be trying Jerez track with Sunny Day. This is my assists, so I'm not a great player of MotoGP, but the objective with these assists was to not being at the first place, but being in the middle of the, of the motorcycles in order to keep the game competitive and keeping more and less like a benchmark, because if you are playing in first all the time, the game doesn't get as much demanding as being in the middle of them. So, like I was telling you, the objective here is to try the Jerez track with the Sunny Day, and I also tried a little bit more forward on the video the Silverstone with Rain to make the game a little bit more demanding. You can skip to whatever you want on the timestamps on the description, so you can skip to Silverstone, you can skip to the graphic settings, you can skip to the results that I had. So there is all the information there on the description in case you want it. Okay, so for the settings I didn't show you right here just at the very beginning, because the settings of this game is before entering the game. That is a launcher there where you can choose the settings, but it's pretty much the same thing that happens with MotoGP 15. So I'm running with 1080p maximum settings. This includes multi-sampling at 8 times. That is really a lot. 8 times multi-sampling and aliasing, it's insane. And I have all the stuff at the maximum, and the game just plays always above 60 FPS. I'm recording with AMD Radeon Relive, which usually takes like 3 to 4 FPS, and as you can see, it's running comfortably fine above the 60. The Silverstone is a little bit more demanding, but again, you can check all those results on the description of the video or by pressing the timestamp on the description, which claims, oops, sorry man, which claims that to be like, for example, performances analysis. If you click on that time, I will discuss a little bit the frame rate that I had on the 2 tracks. Okay, so hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Hello, we're joining you live from... Bikes and riders ready to go here at Silverstone, and in just a few seconds another great British Grand Prix is about to get underway at this famous old airfield.
boys and girls, welcome to the performance section of the video. So on the GRS track with a clear day without recording, what I got was 62 FPS of minimum, an average of 74 and a maximum of 84. So this means that you can, if you have a 60Hz monitor, you can VSync the game and the game will be rocking stable at 60 FPS. Although if your graphic card have less clocks than mine, which is perfectly normal to happen, there is a lot of revisions of graphic cards, and so if you are having trouble to sustain the 60 FPS, I feel recommended to start dropping on the multi-sampling and aliasing. Instead of using 8 times, you can use 4 or 2 times. There isn't too much difference in quality, and in fact the performance difference gets huge. So on the Silverstone with Rain, as you can see, there was a slight drop there to 59. So basically, if you drop, for example, if I did drop the multi-sampling and aliasing to 4 times, probably that drop never happened. So I randomly selected those 2 tracks, so I'm not really sure if there are more demanding tracks, but if in this game there are more demanding tracks, the solution is quite simple. Just drop the multi-sampling and aliasing a little bit, like 4 times, 2 times, or even disable it, and it will be fine. So overall, only 0.4% of the frames was lower than 60 FPS, so only happens on the Silverstone with Rain, and it was pretty much at the very beginning where there is an intro showing all the bikes. So during the event, while driving the motorcycle, the frame rate never dropped from 60, so it was completely fine. So as for the game, with the maximum settings, 8 times multi-sampling and aliasing, which is the settings that I recommend you to go for, the game used 2 GB of VRAM. The RAM usage was around 3 to 3.2 GB of RAM, so if you only have 4 GB of RAM, you will be comfortable playing this game with that amount of RAM. So 4 GB of RAM is completely fine for this game. CPU usage was between 50 to 75%, so it seems that these guys optimized the game. I'm not really sure about MotoGP 15, but I think the CPU usage was a little bit higher than this one, so congratulations milestones, but I'm not really sure about that. I need to confirm on the old video, but I think I remember that. GPU usage is completely maxed out with no bottleneck, so completely fine. So guys, that's all that I want to talk about MotoGP 17. If you want to support the channel, just follow the links on the description of the video. You can support me by being my Patreon, you can support me by donating on PayPal, or if you buy games on Kinguin, please use the links that are on the description of my video and buy the game. You will be directly supporting the channel and you don't pay more for that. So I really ask you for help, because this can improve a lot to the channel. With that, this concludes the MotoGP 17 video. Thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.